Hello everyone, this is Rupinder Kaur. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is to help students who are struggling to get their desired band score. So let's get started. Today's video is part 2 video of how to increase your writing band score. So in this videos I am discussing the writing band descriptors. So I have discussed first band descriptor, that is task response, in part 1 video. Please do watch that for more clarity. First watch that video, then come to this video, right? So in this video we will discuss other 3 band descriptors such as coherence and cohesion, lexical resources, and grammatical range and accuracy. So this video will be basically about do's and don'ts of your writing. So it is really imperative to see what are the things which you are doing in incorrect way in your writing. So you got to improve those things to get your desired band score. So right, let's get started with our second band descriptor, that is coherence and cohesion. So first thing which comes under this band descriptor is paragraphing. So you should firstly skillfully manage all your paragraphs. You will have to decide which information which will go in which paragraph. You know very well that there are 2 body paragraphs, so you will decide that which information will go in which paragraphs. So for example, there is a question: sending criminals to prison is not an effective method of dealing with them. Education and job training should be used instead. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So you will have separate points for sending criminals to prison is not an effective method, and you will have separate points for education and job training should be used instead. So you should use 2 separate body paragraphs for them. Do not mix the points, right? And the second thing is inadequate paragraphing. So you should make at least 2 body paragraphs, and there are 4 paragraphs in total. First is introduction, then body paragraph 1, then body paragraph 2, then body paragraph 3. If you have some other thing to discuss, for example, there is a essay, discuss both views and give your opinion. So you have to discuss 2 views and you will also have to give your opinion. So what you can do is you can make another body paragraph for your opinion. So in total you will have 3 body paragraphs. So you should have adequate paragraphing, right? So use at least 2 body paragraphs. Then there should be central topic in each paragraph. So this is the basic purpose of paragraphing, right? We do paragraphing because we want to separate a different kind of information. Each paragraph has its own purpose. For example, there is a essay to discuss advantages and disadvantages. So you will make 2 body paragraphs. One will have a central topic of advantages and other will have a central topic, that is disadvantages, right? So each paragraph should have its own purpose and its own central topic. Then next is sequencing information and ideas logically, and there should be clear progression in your ideas. I have given an example here. So the question is discuss the advantages and disadvantages of computer games, right? I have given a quite simple example. This will not come up in your exam. So I have brainstormed the ideas, right? There are some drawbacks on the left hand side and there are some benefits on the right hand side. Firstly, I brainstormed the idea, then I arranged them logically on the basis of some logics, right? So when I wrote the ideas, I thought that the idea number 1 is related to health problems, and then I wrote another idea which is related to mental health problems. So physical health and mental health, that is basically the health problems. So I will write them together, right? Then I saw that there are 2 points which are related to society and they are on societal level. So which is point 3 and 4. So I decided that I will write them together, which is less interaction with the family and learn violence. So these are kind of related to the society. So I will write them together. right? Then I saw that there are 2 points which are related to the personal drawbacks, right? So, which is sacrifice studies and lack of other hobbies. You all know that these are personal drawbacks, right? Personal loss of a person. So, I will write these together, right, in sequence. So, you will have to arrange these points according to some logic. So if your one health problem, physical health problem is your point one, and mental health problem is your point six, so it will not look good, or there will not be clear progression in your essay. So always arrange your points logically after brainstorming, right? Similarly, on the benefit sides, firstly, I thought of writing the benefits which are related to the mind and psyche. So, I thought that I will write problem solving and attention and concentration together because these are related to the mind. Then, uh, then there were 2 points like enhance social skills and enhance competitiveness. So I thought of writing them together because they are related to learning something, right? Then I had two other points, which is hand-eye coordination and learn real-world skill. So these kind of points were related to the outer world, right? So I thought of writing them together. So there should be a logic in your sequencing, right? You should always write alike points together. Moving to the next slide. Other thing which comes under this band descriptor is cohesive devices. So these are the devices which we use to connect ideas between different parts of text. So these are the devices such as furthermore, moreover, additionally, in addition to it. So all these devices we use in the essay. So firstly, we do not have to do overuse of it. What some students do is they use cohesive device after each sentence. This is wrong. You only have to use cohesive devices when it is needed, right? And you should also not do underuse. You should know the accurate use of your cohesive devices. It should be used wherever it is needed, right? Then inaccurate use should not be done. So here I have given an example. So first and foremost, if people have a habit of playing computer games for several hours at stretch, they start living sedentary lifestyle, which eventually lead to number of health problems such as weak eyesight, back problem, etc. However, due to involvement in games, relationship with family are negatively affected. So after, however, I am giving one more point to prove that playing computer games is not good, right? But however is used to give some contrasting or opposite kind of information. So this is wrong use of cohesive device. So what I will recommend is to list down all the cohesive devices and search its use, search its example over the internet and learn them, then try to use them. If you learn the cohesive devices but you do not know how to use them, then it is of no use. It will decrease your band, it will cut your band, right? So you should always learn the correct usage of cohesive devices and do not overuse or underuse it. For example, in your one body paragraph, if you have 2 points to explain, I think only one cohesive device will be needed, right? So there should be accurate use of your cohesive devices. Coming to the next slide, you should use referencing clearly, right? uh, for example, I have given an example of wrong referencing. Due to involvement of players in games, family members feel loneliness as they are so much engrossed that they cannot reserve some time for them. So I have used the word they to refer, right? But in the second line, Can you tell me for whom I have used this they? It is totally unclear. The first they in the second line, is it for the players or is it for the family members? In the same way, the second they in the second line, can you guess, is it for a player or is it for the family members? You cannot guess because this I have used a wrong referencing here. I should have used uh, the name such as family member or player instead, right? So it is wrong referencing. On the other hand, if there is lack of referencing in your essay, like if you don't do referencing, then it will become repetitive. For example, I have given an example here, you can read it. First and foremost, if people have habit of playing computer games for several hours at stretch, people start living sedentary lifestyle. So here, instead of people in the second line, you could have used they, right? So your word people is repeated because of lack of referencing. In the same way, you can see in the fourth line, however, due to the involvement in games, relationship of game players with the family are negatively affected. Game players lose the valuable time. So here, instead of game players, I could have used they. So the repetition of the word game player can could have been reduced, right? So you should do referencing. This is highly recommended because it helps to reduce the repetition, right? But you should do it correctly, because if you don't do it correctly, as in the first example, it will create confusion in the mind of the reader or your examiner, right? So, coming to the next slide. Third band descriptor is lexical resources. This is the vocabulary which you use in your essay. So, firstly, the vocabulary should be of wide range. There should be different kind of words. Then it should be topic related. For example, your essay is related to crime. So, there should be words like perpetrators, which means criminals, heinous crime, petty crime, delinquents, juvenile delinquency, burglary, abduction, white collar crime, retribution, rehabilitate. So these are the words which are related to the crime world. So you can use these words in your essay wherever it is needed. Okay. So the third thing is you should not do mistakes in collocations. Collocations are the words which are used together. For example, heinous crime, petty crime, juvenile delinquency. So if you write petty delinquents, it will be wrong, right? So there are some words which are used together and you should always use them together, right? And your vocabulary should not be repetitive. You should not repeat your vocabulary. You should use synonyms instead. Then your spellings of your vocabulary should be correct. If they are incorrect, then it is of no use to deploy these kind of fancy words, because it will decrease your bands instead of increasing them. So please learn the spellings as well. Fourth band descriptor is grammatical range and accuracy, right? So the first thing is you should not use same structure over and over. I have given an example here to explain you. Computer games enhance the problem solving power of players because they have to solve many puzzles and, sorry, it's and, pass many challenging levels in games. Additionally, games enhance the competitiveness in player because they have to compete with others. So I have given 2 points here, but you could see that I have chosen the same kind of grammatical structure. It starts with enhances this, and then I give the reason by writing because they have to. So this is the same kind of grammatical structure. Do not do this. Always vary your grammatical structure, and you can use wide range of structures. I have written the examples here: comparative structures, conditionals, perfect tenses, modal verbs, passive tenses. You can learn all these kind of structures and try to use them naturally. Do not force them into your writing. You should firstly learn their usage correctly, and then use them in your writing naturally, right? The next thing I would like to talk about is complex structures. So, firstly, I would like to say that it is not such a big thing. There are some students who come to me and say that, ma'am, I want to learn complex structures. I have heard from somewhere that you should use a lot of complex structures to get higher bands in IELTS. So, I just say one thing to them: please open your notebook and read your writing tasks. You are already using complex structures, so it is not a big thing. uh, so you can see on the left hand side there are simple sentences. Computer games enhance problem solving skills. There are many challenges in games which players solve puzzles, right? So I have converted these three sentences into one complex sentence by using some conjunctions, right? So you can read: computer games enhance the problem solving skill of players because when they play, they have to face many challenges and solve puzzles, right? So I use conjunctions such as because, when, and I made a complex sentence, and I am sure that many of you are doing this already, so it is not a big thing. And try to use less simple sentences and more of complex sentences, right? And you can use these conjunctions such as although, because, when, where, as, until. Learn their usage and try to use them and make sentences. Next thing is punctuation. It is really, really important because a single comma can alter the meaning of your sentence, right? I have given an example here. There is huge significance of music in today's world, in my opinion. Children should spend more time on learning music and art. So, I have written in my opinion in between the two different kind of sentences, and the reader would not be able to understand that in my opinion is along with the first sentence or it is the starting of second sentence, right? If I put the comma after world in the second line, so in my opinion will go with the second sentence. If I put the comma after opinion, right? So in my opinion will go with the first sentence. So a single comma can alter the meaning, right? So punctuation is highly, highly, highly imperative. Learn its usage from internet. Google about the punctuation and learn it. Do some exercises on internet. You can search on the Google and there are many exercises on internet regarding punctuation. You can do them and use them accurately. Then the last thing is accuracy. Whenever you use any kind of grammatical structure, whenever you use conjunctions, you use any kind of grammatical structure, it should be accurate, it should be correct. That is it. And this is the end of my video. If my video helped you in any way, please like this video and please subscribe my channel. And I also give writing and speaking evaluation services which are really affordable. You can email me and ask for its price. And these are really effective in increasing your writing and speaking band score. So you can email me at rpielts@gmail.com for more information. All the best to everyone. Goodbye.